Hello dear students. النهارده هنبدأ إن شاء الله الريفيجن بتاعنا على كل اللي أخدناه من أول الترم في مادة الرياضيات للصف الخامس الابتدائي تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التعليم. I understand that all of you have studied already what we took before, so what we're going to discuss today will cover everything that we have taken, and I believe that all of you will be able to answer it with no effort. Okay, so now we'll start with choose the correct answer. We're going to choose the correct answer from between brackets. In this type of question, we prefer that you write the right answer in the empty space, and after that you can circle or underline the correct answer in between brackets. Okay, so let's start now. The triangle whose measures of its angles are 50 degrees, 90 degrees, and 40 degrees is an acute angle triangle, or an obtuse angle triangle, or a right angle triangle. Before deciding on which type of triangles I need to choose, or I am going to choose, I need first to concentrate in the three measures of angles that I have. We know that every triangle has three angles. According to the measure of these angles, I can decide on which type of triangle I am dealing with now. Okay? So here the measure of my angles are 50 degrees, 90 degrees, and 40 degrees. Okay? What do we notice here? We will move angle by angle. The first one is 50 degrees. It's an acute angle. The second one is a 90 degrees angle. On this point, I don't have to continue furthermore. If I have one of the angles 90 degrees, it tells me that this is, of course without thinking, is a right angle triangle, because one of its angles is 90 degrees and I have two acute angles beside. Okay, so of course without thinking it is a right angle triangle. Okay, now let's move to the second question. The second question, 1/8 times 2/3. Here I am multiplying two mixed numbers, and we said before that this is going to be a bit hard, so to make it easier for you, your fifth primary, I have to turn them first to fractions, and everything will be easy after that. I'm just going to simplify the numerators with the denominators and everything, and then I will come up with the final answer, and it will be super easy. So let's go now to the board to see, or to remind you with what we've taken before, and check how this is supposed to be done. Okay guys, our example is 1/8 times 2/3. Now, I have to change these mixed numbers into fractions before I simplify them to come up with the final answer. So, this is what I am going to do. I will multiply the 8 by the 4, and then I add the answer to the 1. So, the denominator stays as it is. It will be 8. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 is 33. Now, I will do exactly the same with the second fraction, which is here. Again, the denominator stays as it is. Then I multiply the denominator by the whole number. After I get the answer, I will add the answer to the numerator that I have here on top. Then 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Okay, now I have the two fractions that I will start to simplify to get their final answer. Okay, so here, first I'll check the first numerator. I move in order. I start with the first numerator and check if it can be simplified with the denominators that I have. Check the first numerator, the 33. Can I simplify it with the 8? No, they are totally in different timetables. So I will ignore the 8. Now I'll check the 33 with the 3. Yes, both of them are in table 3, so they can be simplified together. So the 33 divided by 3 gives me 11. And the 3 divided by 3, it gives me 1. Okay, now I will move to the second numerator, which is the 8. I check the second numerator and the first denominator. Both of them are 8, so the answer is known for every one of us. They can be simplified together. 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 8 divided by 8 is 1. Okay, now do I have anything else to simplify? When I deal with this type of questions, I have to simplify to its simplest form. So if you look here, I have 11 in the first numerator, and I have 1 in the second numerator and the 2 denominators. So I have nothing else to simplify furthermore. Then now I will multiply what I have here to come up with the final answer. So it will be equals to 11 times 1. I multiply the 2 numerators by each other, and then I will multiply the 2 denominators by each other. So it's 1 times 1, which is 1. And any number over 1 is the number itself. So my final answer is 11. Okay, that's it for this question. Let's go back and finish the rest of our revision. Okay, so as we said, our answer is 11. Okay, so here I will circle the 11. What I want you to do is, as you see, to write down your steps. As I said before, in this type of question, I have to write my answers and my steps in the empty spaces, and after that I circle or underline the right answer. Now I'll move to question 3. If the set of elements 7 and 10 is a subset of the set of elements 10 and x plus 4, then x is equals to. Again, I want to remind you with the subset and not subset. We said before that subset and not subset are to be used when I am talking about the relation between two sets together, while belong to and does not belong to are to be used when I am talking about the relation between an element and a set. Okay, so here I am talking about the relation between two sets. How can I tell? If I have the elements listed inside two braces, لو عندي braces يبقى these are sets. إنما لو ال elements are left alone مفيش حواليهم braces محطوطين كده أرقام وبس يبقى then I'm talking about elements. Okay, so here a subset, it's always implying or representing the relation between two sets. So here 7 and 10. طيب عايزة أعرف ال x دي equals to what؟ هتشيك الأول الست الأولانية اللي فيها elements 7 and 10 وهشوف إيه ال elements منها اللي موجودة في الست التانية عشان أعرف إيه ال unknown اللي عندي، إيه المجهول اللي عندي. ف when I check the second set هلاقي إنه عندي ال element 10 و 10 موجودة already في ال first one، يبقى عندي هنا ال unknown is 7 اللي أنا مش عارفاه لازم يكون equal to 7. فالelement التاني in the second set هو x plus 4، يعني x plus 4 دي لازم تكون equal to 7. طيب يبقى 4 plus what equals to 7 4 plus 3 okay يبقى هنا x equals to 3 so my answer now is 3 طيب أنا مش عارف إزاي جت simply and I will cross I will show you I will cross the 10 with the 10 خلاص what's left for me is the 7 and x plus 4 يبقى عندي هنا الانسر is x plus 4 equals 7 فيبقى ال x equals 7 minus 4 which is the 3 okay now I'll move to question 4 3.75 times 1000 again احنا قلنا when I multiply or divide by 10 or 100 or 1000 I have certain steps to follow so if it's multiplication I will move to the decimal I will move the decimal point to the right hand side if it is divided then I will move the decimal point to the left hand side طيب I will move it how many decimal places ولا أنا هحركها وخلاص of course not it depends totally on the number of zeros that I have in the other number so if I have 10 then I will move the decimal point 1 decimal place if I have 2 zeros 100 then I will move the decimal point 2 decimal places if I have 3 zeros then I will move the decimal point 3 decimal places okay so here I have 1000 and I have times then I will move the decimal point to the right hand side and I will move it 3 decimal places because I have 3 zeros then here I have only 2 digits after the decimal point يبقى هحرك ال decimal point 2 places والبليس الثالث اللي مش موجود عندي هحط مكانه 0 then the answer will be 3750 okay now I will move to question 5 1 over 2 and 1 over 3 هنا I need to compare between them احنا قلنا قبل كده انه انا I cannot compare unless I have common numerator or common denominator طيب if I have common numerator انهي fraction فيهم اللي هيكون اكبر هيكون الفراكشن اللي الدينومينيتور بتاعه اقل ليه عشان ده معناه ان انا هقسم الهول نمبر على عدد ناس اقل او على عدد حاجات اقل exactly as if I have a whole pizza if I have a whole pizza and I want to distribute it on 2 people كل واحد فيهم هياخد half طيب if I have 4 people and I want to distribute this whole pizza on the 4 people then every one of them will take just a quarter okay يبقى هنا لما كل واحد فيهم ياخد نص بيتزا انهي اخد اكتر هما ولا اللي كانوا 4 وكل واحد فيهم اخد ربع بس من البيتزا بتاعي اكيد اللي هما اخدوا نص البيتزا هما اللي اخدوا شير اكبر فيبقى لما يكون عندي زي هنا common numerator يبقى انا هختار الفراكشن اللي عنده الدينومينيتور اقل هيكون ده الاكبر so the answer here is 1 over 2 or half is bigger than 1 over 3 حاجة تانية لو مش عندي ال common numerator يبقى أنا I have to get myself a common denominator طب إحنا كمان هنا جربناها لو أنا عايزة common denominator فإحنا عملنا إنه ال 2 times 3 عشان هما دي الحاجة ال 6 الانسر 6 دي common between ال 2 and 3 في التايم تيبل بتاعهم ف if I multiply the 2 by 3 it will be 6 and the 1 it has also to be multiplied by 3 and the other fraction 1 over 3 I multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 so it will be 2 over 6 لو بصينا هنا هنلاقي إنه ال 3 over 6 bigger than ال 2 over 6 لأنه العكس مع ال common denominator. لما يبقى ال denominator common أنا I choose the bigger numerator. فده هيأكد لي إنه الأنسر بتاعتي صح. ده يأكد لي إنه الأنسر بتاعتي صح اللي هي bigger than the first fraction is bigger than the second fraction. يبقى هنا in both ways are correct. سواء أنا ما عملتش أي work out أنا just checked النيوميريتور بتاعي and it's the same, so I go for the denominator and I choose the fraction with the smaller denominator. This is correct. أو لو أنا حبيت أجيب لنفسي common denominator then I check the numerators. النيوميريتور الأكبر في الحالة دي ده الفراكشن الأكبر، الاتنين هيدوني نفس الانسر. So the first fraction is bigger than the second one. Okay, let's move to this question. Choose the correct answer. I have the Venn diagram with sets x and y as you see. And I have a shaded part between x and y. So I just want you to tell me this shaded part, is it x intersect y or x union y, or y is a subset of x, or x is a subset of y. So if you concentrate here, the shaded part, it represents the area where set x and set y are having the common elements. So when I'm talking about common elements, this is intersection. It goes without thinking, it's intersection. So here the answer will be x intersect y. Now I'll move to another one. 55.241 times 100, and the other one is 552.41 times 10. So again, I will first check, is it times or divided? Here it's times, so I will move the decimal point to the right hand side. Okay, how many places I'm going to move it? The first number or the first problem, I will move the decimal point 2 places because I have 2 zeros in the 100. And in the second part, I will move the decimal place only 1 place because I have only 1 zero. So here the answer for the first one will be 5524.1 because I have moved the decimal point 2 places to the right. Yes, to the right. Now the second one, I will move the decimal point only 1 place, so it's going to be also 5524.1. If you look here, you will notice that the two answers are the same. They are totally the same. So I will choose the equal sign because both of them are equal. Now let's move to another one. 2 over 3 times what equals 1? In this question, I have to think, what is the fraction that if I put in the empty space, all the numerators and denominators will be simplified together and the final answer will be 1. So definitely it will be the same fraction, just flipped upside down, okay? Or put upside down. So here I'll just take the same fraction, I flip it or turn it upside down. هو نفس الفراكشن بس الدينومينيتور هيكون المرة دي numerator والnumerator هيبقى denominator عشان when I simplify them together the final answer is going to be 1. So my answer will be 3 over 2. Okay. Another example. 43 days is approximately what to the nearest week. طيب الأول هفكر. The week has how many days? Okay. Every week is consisted of 7 days. لأنه this is a fact. It is consisting of 7 days. يبقى هنا أنا عايزة أعرف ال 43 days دول if I divide them by 7 will be equal to how many weeks? I will divide the 43 days على 7 ده العدد of the days أو number of the days in a week عشان أعرف أنا هيبقى عندي how many weeks approximately. طيب 43 divided 7 gives me what? Nothing. يبقى أصلا 43 مش موجودة في table 7. I'll go down by 1. 42. 42 divided by what equals 7? Of course it is in table 7. 42 divided by 6, it gives me 7. So here the answer will be approximately 6. It will be approximately 6. Fine. Now I'll move to another question. Any chord passing through the center of the circle is called, we said before that the chord, the longest chord in a circle and passes through its center is called a diameter. So the answer here is a diameter. Now the set of element 52 and the set of elements 5 and 2, okay, are they subset of each other or no? Pay attention. This is a relation between two sets, so I will choose either subset or not subset. So here, is the first set a subset of the second one? Of course no, because I have the same digits but different elements. So it is not subset of. 12.3 times what gives me 1230. 12.3 times, I have to move the decimal point 2 places to get 1230. Then it will be times 100. Okay, now this question. Y equals to 2, 4, 6 intersect the set 1, 2, and 3. يبقى هنا when they intersect each other, they will intersect each other only in the element 2. ده الوحيد الcommon between both of them. So y is equal to the set of element 2. يبقى هنا 6 is not a part of the set y. So it does not belong to because it is a relationship between an element and a set. Now this question, 5/8, is it bigger than, smaller than, or equal to 0.5734 or 5734? 5/8, I have to do it with the long division way to get the answer, then I compare. So I will go to the board now to explain it to you. Okay, so here I have 5/8, which is here. I will make it in the long division way. So I have the 8 is my divisor and the 5 is my dividend. النمبر اللي بيبقى جوه في الهاوس وال 8 is the number that I am going to divide by, okay? So here the 5 is smaller than the 8, so I cannot divide it by 8, so I have to borrow a 0 to make it bigger. قلنا قبل كده إنه if I borrow a 0 at any point, I have to put a decimal point up there. So when I borrow, here the 5 is small, so I will put a 0 instead of the 5. And now I want to make it bigger, so I will borrow a 0. 0 تحت على طول decimal point فوق في الquotient أو answer place بتاعي on the rooftop. So here in table 8, what times 8 or 8 times what gives me 50? مفيش. يبقى I will go down one number. So 49. في table 8 حاجة البرودكت بتاعها 49? No. Then I will ignore it and take one less. 48. في حاجة في table 8 هتديني في table 8 هتديني 48. Yes, أنا عندي ال 6 in table 8. 6 times 8 gives me 48. So here the answer will be 6. 6 times 8 is 48. Do you remember the dad, the mom, the sister, and the brother? So here I use the sister, I subtract. طيب 50 minus 48 is 2. Again, ال 2 أصغر من ال 8 يبقى I will borrow a 0 عشان أخليها أكبر وأقدر أعملها divided by 8. بس مش كل مرة I borrow a 0 بعرف أحط decimal point فوق. ال decimal point بتتحط مرة واحدة بس at the beginning when I start to borrow or the first time that I borrow. So here تاني في table 8 عندي 8 times what gives me 20. مفيش I ignore it. Sorry. I ignore it. Then I will take 19. I ignore it. And so on till I reach the 16, which is 8 times 2. So it's 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Minus each other will give me 4. Again, another 0. So here 8 times what gives me 40. مفيش. أقرب حاجة ليها في table 8 is 8 times 4. 5. It's 5. I'm sorry. 5 times 8 is 40. يبقى أنا هنا جبتها الانسر بتاعتها to the final answer and a happy face because I have got the right answer, which is 0.625. Now we can go to choose the right sign. So here now I have 0.625 and 0.5734. I'll check the whole number first اللي هو النمبر اللي قبل الديسيمال بوينت. It's 0. يبقى هتشيك الهاوزز اللي بعد الديسيمال بوينت عشان to compare between them. ال 6 of course أكبر من ال 5. يبقى the first number or the fraction is bigger than the second one. And that's all for now. Study well and we will meet again for more practice. Okay, see you.